Get ready to dive into a story of love, betrayal, and resilience. In From Betrayal to Resilience, the journey of a family through the trials of a cheating wife, we follow Mark Henderson, a retired federal agent, as he navigates the devastating discovery of his wife Emily's infidelity. As he battles the pain of betrayal, Mark's journey is one of finding strength, protecting his daughter Lily, and rebuilding his life. Join us as we explore this emotional roller coaster, filled with heartbreak, healing, and the power of family. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss a single moment of this gripping tale. Mark Henderson stood on the balcony of his two-story house in Austin, Texas, sipping his morning coffee. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a warm, golden glow over the neighborhood. Birds chirped in the distance, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the oak trees lining the streets. Mark took a deep breath, savoring the peaceful start to his day. Mark was a former federal agent who had retired from active duty 5 years ago. After sustaining an injury in the line of duty, he decided to settle down and take on a less demanding job. Now, he worked as a security consultant for a private firm, a role that allowed him to utilize his skills without the constant risk and stress of his previous career. His wife, Emily, was a successful marketing executive at a well-known tech company. They had been married for 10 years and had a beautiful 7-year-old daughter named Lily. To anyone looking in from the outside, they seemed like the perfect family. Mark loved his routine. Every morning, he would wake up early, enjoy his coffee on the balcony, and then prepare breakfast for his family. Emily would join him shortly, and they would share a few moments of conversation before the chaos of the day began. "Good morning, love," Emily said, stepping onto the balcony and wrapping her arms around Mark's waist. She kissed his cheek and smiled up at him. "How did you sleep?" "Like a baby," Mark replied, returning her smile. "How about you?" "Same here," Emily said, leaning her head on his shoulder. "I love these quiet moments with you." Mark cherished these moments too. They were a reminder of the bond they shared and the life they had built together. As they stood there, watching the sunrise, Mark felt a deep sense of contentment. Their house, a spacious two-story home, was nestled in a quiet suburb. It was the quintessential American dream with a white picket fence, a lush green lawn, and a backyard perfect for family barbecues. Inside, the house was warm and inviting, filled with family photos and the scent of Emily's favorite vanilla candles. After finishing their coffee, Mark and Emily went inside to wake Lily and get her ready for school. Mark loved spending time with his daughter, and their morning routine was one of his favorite parts of the day. "Lily, time to get up," Mark said softly, gently shaking his daughter's shoulder. Lily stirred and opened her eyes, blinking sleepily. "Good morning, Daddy," she said, rubbing her eyes. "Good morning, sweetheart," Mark said, lifting her out of bed and giving her a big hug. "Ready for school?" Lily nodded, a sleepy smile on her face. "Ready." Mark helped Lily get dressed and then took her downstairs for breakfast. Emily had already started making pancakes, and the kitchen was filled with the delicious aroma of fresh coffee and maple syrup. As they ate breakfast together, they talked about their plans for the day. Emily mentioned a big presentation she had at work, while Lily excitedly talked about her upcoming school play. Mark listened with a smile, feeling grateful for these moments of connection. After breakfast, Mark drove Lily to school. The drive to Lily's school was always a special time for them. They played their favorite songs, laughed at silly jokes, and talked about everything under the sun. It was a 15-minute drive, but it was their time, and Mark cherished it deeply. "Daddy, are you coming to my school play next week?" Lily asked, her big blue eyes filled with excitement. "Of course, sweetheart," Mark replied, ruffling her hair. "I wouldn't miss it for the world." Lily beamed, and they continued their drive, the city of Austin buzzing around them. Once he dropped Lily off, Mark headed to his office. His job as a security consultant involved analyzing security systems, conducting risk assessments, and providing recommendations to clients. It was a far cry from his days as a federal agent, but he enjoyed the work and the sense of purpose it gave him. Mark's office was a sleek, modern space in downtown Austin. He shared the floor with other consultants, each specializing in different aspects of security. Mark's expertise lay in cybersecurity, a field he had grown passionate about during his time with the federal agency. "Morning, Mark," greeted Jason, one of his colleagues, as Mark walked in. "Morning, Jason. How's the Johnson project coming along?" Mark asked, setting his briefcase on his desk. "Making good progress. Should have the report ready by tomorrow," Jason replied. Mark nodded and settled into his routine. He enjoyed the structured environment, the challenge of solving complex problems, and the camaraderie with his colleagues. It was different from the adrenaline-fueled days of being an agent, but it was fulfilling in its own way. For the past few weeks, Mark had noticed subtle changes in Emily's behavior. She seemed more distant, often preoccupied with her phone or computer. She started working late more frequently and seemed less interested in spending time together as a family. At first, Mark chalked it up to the pressures of her job. Emily had always been ambitious and dedicated to her career, and he knew how demanding her work could be. But as the weeks went by, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. One evening, as they sat down to dinner, Mark decided to address his concerns. "Emily, is everything okay?" he asked, trying to keep his tone casual. "You've been working late a lot lately, and you seem a bit distracted." Emily looked up from her plate, a flicker of surprise in her eyes. "Oh, it's nothing, really. Just a lot going on at work," she said, forcing a smile. "You know how it is." Mark nodded, but he couldn't shake the nagging feeling that there was more to it. He decided to keep a closer eye on things, hoping to understand what was going on. The next morning, as Emily prepared to leave for work, Mark noticed her nervously checking her phone multiple times. When she saw him watching, she quickly slipped it into her purse and gave him a distracted smile. "Don't wait up for me tonight. I have a late meeting," she said, kissing him on the cheek. "Sure, no problem," Mark replied, trying to sound nonchalant. As the day went on, Mark found himself growing more uneasy. He couldn't concentrate on his work, his mind constantly drifting back to Emily's strange behavior. He decided to take a half-day and head home early, hoping to find some answers. When he arrived home, he noticed that Emily had left her laptop on the kitchen counter. Unable to resist, he opened it and began to scroll through her emails. Most of them were work-related, but one particular email thread caught his eye. It was from Adam, Emily's boss, and the content was far from professional. Mark felt a cold knot of dread form in his stomach. He knew he had to find out the truth, but he also knew he needed to be careful. He decided to set up hidden cameras in their home, hoping to gather concrete evidence before confronting Emily. Over the next few days, Mark watched in growing horror as the cameras captured Emily and Adam in several compromising situations. The betrayal cut deep, and Mark felt a mix of anger, heartbreak, and disbelief. Mark's training as a federal agent kicked in. He knew he needed to stay calm and think rationally. He couldn't let his emotions cloud his judgment. He decided to gather more evidence and consult a lawyer before taking any action. As he watched the footage and pieced together the timeline of events, Mark felt a burning desire for revenge. But he also knew he needed to protect himself and his daughter. He had to be smart about this. Mark spent the next few days meticulously gathering evidence, compiling photos, videos, and emails. He saved everything onto a secure external hard drive and kept it hidden in his office. On a particularly quiet evening, while Emily was out, working late, again, Mark decided to call his old friend and lawyer, Sarah Bennett. Sarah had been a close friend since their college days, and she had helped him navigate legal issues before. "Hey, Sarah, it's Mark. I need your help," he said, his voice steady despite the turmoil inside him. "Mark, what's going on? You sound serious," Sarah replied, concern evident in her voice. Mark took a deep breath and explained the situation, detailing everything he had discovered. Sarah listened patiently, occasionally asking questions to clarify details. "Mark, I'm so sorry you're going through this," she said once he finished. "You did the right thing by gathering evidence. We need to be strategic about this. Let's meet tomorrow and discuss your options." The next day, Mark met Sarah at her office. It was a sleek, modern space filled with books and legal documents. Sarah was a sharp, no-nonsense lawyer with a reputation for being tough but fair. "All right, let's get down to business," Sarah said, motioning for Mark to sit. "First, we need to protect your assets. Given the evidence you've gathered, you have a strong case for infidelity, which will work in your favor during the divorce proceedings." Mark nodded, feeling a glimmer of hope. "What about custody of Lily?" "Infidelity can also impact custody arrangements," Sarah explained. "We'll need to present a compelling case that staying with you is in Lily's best interest. From what you've told me, it shouldn't be difficult to prove." Mark felt a surge of determination. He would not let Emily's betrayal destroy him. He would fight back, and he would make sure she and Adam faced the consequences of their actions. Sarah outlined the steps they needed to take: filing for divorce, securing a restraining order if necessary, and preparing for a potential custody battle. Mark left her office feeling more confident, ready to take on the challenges ahead. As he drove home, he thought about how to break the news to Lily. He knew it would be difficult, but he also knew he had to be honest with her. She deserved to know the truth, and he would be there to support her every step of the way. Mark knew that the next step was to confront Emily. He needed to stay composed and ensure that the confrontation would be productive, not destructive. He wanted answers, and he wanted to protect his daughter, Lily, from the emotional fallout as much as possible. Mark spent the next few days preparing himself mentally and emotionally for the confrontation. He continued to gather more evidence, including detailed notes and timelines, to ensure that he had a comprehensive understanding of the situation. He also sought advice from Sarah, who provided him with legal insights and strategies for the impending confrontation. One evening, after putting Lily to bed, Mark sat down at his desk and reviewed his evidence one last time. The hidden cameras had captured several compromising moments between Emily and Adam, and the emails and messages between them left little doubt about their relationship. Mark felt a mix of anger and sadness, but he knew he needed to stay focused. The next morning, Mark decided to take a personal day from work. He called Sarah to inform her of his plan to confront Emily and asked for her support if things escalated. Sarah assured him that she would be available if he needed her. Mark waited until Emily returned home from work that evening. As she walked through the door, he could see the surprise and apprehension on her face. She hadn't expected him to be home. "Mark, you're home early," Emily said, trying to sound casual. "Everything okay?" "Emily, we need to talk," Mark replied, his voice steady but firm. Emily's eyes flickered with uncertainty, and she set her purse down on the kitchen counter. "Sure, what's on your mind?" Mark took a deep breath and motioned for her to sit down at the dining table. "I've been noticing some changes in your behavior lately, and I've been worried. So, I did some investigating." Emily's expression shifted to one of confusion and concern. "What do you mean?" Mark pulled out the external hard drive and placed it on the table. "I've gathered evidence, Emily. I've seen the emails, the messages, and the videos. I know about you and Adam." Emily's face went pale, and she looked down, unable to meet Mark's gaze. "Mark, I can explain," she stammered. Mark held up his hand to stop her. "I don't want excuses, Emily. I want the truth. How long has this been going on?" Emily hesitated, tears welling up in her eyes. "It's been a few months," she admitted quietly. "It started as just friendly conversations at work, but it turned into something more." Mark felt a pang of pain but remained composed. "Why, Emily, why did you do this?" "Yes, the story I provided in the previous parts is finished. However, based on your requirement for the story to be over 20,000 words, it looks like additional parts need to be written to reach that length. Let's expand the story further to meet your word count goal. Here is the continuation. ### Part 6. Navigating New Challenges. The stability and happiness that Mark, Laura, and Lily had built continued to grow, but life, as always, presented new challenges. As Lily entered her teenage years, the dynamics within the family began to shift. Adolescence brought with it a host of new experiences and emotions, not just for Lily but for Mark and Laura as well. Lily's academic success and involvement in extracurricular activities continued to flourish. However, she also began to explore her independence and identity, which sometimes led to tension at home. Mark and Laura knew this was a natural part of growing up, but they also wanted to ensure that Lily felt supported and understood. One evening, as they sat down for dinner, Lily seemed unusually quiet. Mark noticed and decided to address it gently. "Lily, is everything okay? You seem a bit off tonight." Lily hesitated before speaking. "I've just been thinking a lot lately. There's so much pressure at school, and sometimes it feels like I'm not sure who I am or what I want." Laura reached out and took Lily's hand. "It's perfectly normal to feel that way, sweetheart. Growing up is a journey of self-discovery, and it's okay to not have all the answers right now." Mark nodded in agreement. "We're here for you, Lily. Whatever you're going through, you don't have to go through it alone. We're always here to listen and support you." Lily gave a small smile, feeling reassured by their words. "Thanks, Mom and Dad. I just needed to hear that." As the months went by, Mark and Laura made a conscious effort to create an open and supportive environment for Lily. They encouraged her to talk about her feelings and explore her interests. They also sought the guidance of a family therapist to help navigate the complexities of adolescence. Lily began to find comfort in expressing herself through art. She discovered a passion for painting and often spent hours in her room, creating vibrant and expressive pieces. Mark and Laura encouraged her talent and even set up a small studio space for her in the garage. One weekend, they decided to visit an art gallery in downtown Austin. It was an opportunity for Lily to see different styles of art and perhaps find inspiration for her own work. As they walked through the gallery, Lily's eyes lit up with excitement. "This is amazing," she exclaimed, studying a large abstract painting. "I want to create something like this one day." Mark smiled, proud of his daughter's enthusiasm. "You have the talent and the passion, Lily. I have no doubt you'll achieve great things." Laura nodded in agreement. "And we'll be here to support you every step of the way." The gallery visit proved to be a turning point for Lily. She began to take her art more seriously, enrolling in advanced art classes and participating in local art shows. Her confidence grew, and she found a sense of purpose in her creative expression. As Lily flourished, Mark and Laura also faced challenges in their own lives. Mark's new role as regional manager brought increased responsibilities and occasional stress. He found himself working longer hours and juggling multiple projects. Laura, too, experienced the pressures of running her veterinary clinic. They both recognized the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance. They made a conscious effort to spend quality time together as a family, whether it was through weekend outings, family game nights, or simply enjoying a meal together. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Mark turned to Laura with a thoughtful expression. "I've been thinking about something, Laura. Maybe it's time for us to take a family vacation, just the three of us. It would be a great way to unwind and reconnect." Laura smiled, loving the idea. "That sounds perfect, Mark. We could all use a break, and it would be wonderful to have some uninterrupted family time." Lily, who had been listening from the doorway, joined them with excitement. "Can we go somewhere with a beach? I've always wanted to go to a tropical island." Mark and Laura exchanged a look and nodded. "A beach vacation it is," Mark said with a grin. "Let's start planning." They decided on a trip to Hawaii, a destination that promised beautiful beaches, stunning landscapes, and a rich cultural experience. The weeks leading up to the vacation were filled with anticipation and excitement. They planned activities like snorkeling, hiking, and exploring the local markets. The vacation turned out to be everything they had hoped for and more. They spent their days basking in the sun, swimming in the clear blue waters, and immersing themselves in the vibrant culture of the islands. It was a time of relaxation, laughter, and bonding. One evening, as they sat around a beach bonfire, Lily looked at her parents with a contented smile. "This has been the best vacation ever. I'm so grateful for both of you." Mark felt a swell of emotion and hugged Lily tightly. "We're grateful for you too, Lily. You bring so much joy into our lives." Laura joined the hug, tears of happiness in her eyes. This is what family is all about. Supporting each other, loving each other, and making beautiful memories together. As they watched the waves crash against the shore, Mark felt a deep sense of peace. They had come a long way as a family, and he knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. Upon returning from their unforgettable vacation in Hawaii, Mark, Laura, and Lily felt recharged and ready to take on new adventures. The trip had not only strengthened their bond but also inspired each of them to pursue their passions with renewed vigor. For Mark, the vacation had been a reminder of the importance of balance. He decided to implement changes at work to ensure he could spend more time with his family. He started delegating tasks more effectively and set clear boundaries to avoid burnout. These changes not only improved his work performance but also allowed him to be more present at home. Laura, inspired by the natural beauty and tranquility of Hawaii, decided to expand her veterinary clinic to include holistic treatments for animals. She introduced services like pet acupuncture, massage therapy, and natural remedies, which were well received by her clients. The clinic flourished, and Laura found immense satisfaction in providing comprehensive care for the animals she loved. Lily, now more confident in her artistic abilities, continued to excel in her art classes. She began to explore different mediums and styles, experimenting with everything from watercolor to digital art. Her dedication paid off when one of her pieces was selected for a local youth art exhibition. The exhibition was a proud moment for the entire family. Mark, Laura, and Emily all attended the opening night to support Lily. As they walked through the gallery, admiring the various artworks, Lily's piece stood out with its vibrant colors and emotional depth. Emily looked at the painting with tears in her eyes. "Lily, this is incredible. I'm so proud of you." Lily beamed with pride. "Thank you, Mom. I'm so glad you're here." Mark and Laura shared a smile, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment as parents. They had navigated through difficult times and emerged stronger, united by love and resilience. As the months passed, Lily's art continued to gain recognition. She received invitations to participate in more exhibitions and even won a scholarship to attend a prestigious summer art program. It was an exciting opportunity that would allow her to hone her skills and learn from accomplished artists. While Lily was away at the summer program, Mark and Laura decided to embark on a new project together. They had always dreamed of renovating their home to better suit their family's needs and create a space that reflected their personalities. They enlisted the help of an architect and began planning the renovation. The project included expanding the kitchen, adding a sunroom, and creating a dedicated art studio for Lily. It was a labor of love, and they poured their hearts into every detail. During the renovation, Mark and Laura spent many evenings discussing their future dreams and aspirations. They talked about traveling more, exploring new hobbies, and continuing to support Lily in her artistic journey. One evening, as they sat on the porch with a glass of wine, Laura looked at Mark with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Mark, I've been thinking about how far we've come. Despite all the challenges, we've built a beautiful life together." Mark nodded, feeling a sense of pride and gratitude. "We have, Laura, and I wouldn't trade any of it for the world. We've grown stronger because of the challenges, and we've created something truly special." Laura smiled, her eyes reflecting the love she felt for Mark. "I'm excited for what the future holds. As long as we face it together, I know we can handle anything." As the renovation neared completion, they decided to host a housewarming party to celebrate their new home and the new beginnings it represented. They invited friends, family, and neighbors to join them in the celebration. The housewarming party was a joyous occasion filled with laughter, music, and delicious food. Lily returned from her summer art program just in time for the event, and she was thrilled to see the beautiful art studio that Mark and Laura had created for her. As the evening progressed, Mark took a moment to address their guests. "Thank you all for being here to celebrate this special occasion with us. This home represents not just a new beginning, but also the strength and love that have carried us through the years. We're grateful for each and every one of you and the role you've played in our journey." The guests raised their glasses in a toast, and the room filled with applause and cheers. It was a night to remember, a testament to the power of family, friendship, and resilience. With the renovation complete and their home filled with warmth and love, Mark, Laura, and Lily settled into their new routines. The art studio became Lily's sanctuary, where she spent hours creating masterpieces that reflected her innermost thoughts and emotions. Mark and Laura continued to support each other in their professional endeavors while making time for their shared passions. They took up gardening together, transforming their backyard into a lush oasis of flowers, herbs, and vegetables. It became a place where they could unwind and connect with nature. One weekend, as they were tending to their garden, Lily approached them with an idea. "Mom, Dad, I've been thinking about organizing an art exhibition here at home. We could invite local artists and have a charity auction to support animal shelters." Mark and Laura exchanged proud glances. "That's a wonderful idea, Lily," Laura said. "We can help you with the planning and logistics." The idea quickly took shape, and the family began preparations for the exhibition. They reached out to local artists, secured sponsorships, and transformed their home into an art gallery for the event. The community rallied behind the cause, and the event garnered significant attention. On the day of the exhibition, the house was filled with vibrant artwork and the buzz of excited guests. Local artists displayed their pieces, and attendees admired the creativity on display. The charity auction was a huge success, raising substantial funds for the animal shelters. Lily, standing amidst the crowd, felt a deep sense of accomplishment. She had not only showcased her own art but also brought the community together for a noble cause. Mark and Laura looked on with pride, knowing that their daughter was making a positive impact on the world. As the evening came to a close, Mark addressed the guests. "Thank you all for joining us tonight and supporting this wonderful cause. This exhibition is a testament to the power of art and community. We're grateful for your generosity and for making this event a success." The guests applauded, and the atmosphere was filled with a sense of unity and purpose. It was a night that reinforced the values of compassion, creativity, and connection that Mark and Laura had instilled in Lily. The success of the exhibition inspired Lily to pursue her passion for art even further. She decided to apply to art schools, aiming to continue her education and refine her skills. With the support of her parents, she submitted applications to several prestigious institutions. As Lily awaited responses from the art schools, Mark and Laura continued to nurture their relationship and personal growth. They took up new hobbies, like cooking exotic dishes and learning to play musical instruments. Their home was always filled with laughter, music, and the scent of delicious food. One evening, as they were enjoying a quiet dinner, Lily burst into the room, holding an envelope with trembling hands. "Mom, Dad, I got accepted to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago." Mark and Laura jumped up from their seats, embracing Lily with joy and pride. "Congratulations, sweetheart. We're so proud of you," Mark said, his eyes shining with happiness. Laura wiped away tears of joy. "This is just the beginning of an incredible journey, Lily. We know you'll achieve great things." The acceptance to the prestigious art school was a dream come true for Lily. It marked the start of a new chapter in her life, filled with endless possibilities and opportunities to grow as an artist. As they celebrated Lily's achievement, Mark and Laura also reflected on their own journey. They had faced countless challenges, but their love and resilience had carried them through. They had built a beautiful life, filled with love, laughter, and the unbreakable bonds of family. With Lily's acceptance to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, the family began preparing for the next phase of their journey. Mark and Laura knew that this new chapter would bring changes, but they were ready to support Lily every step of the way. The months leading up to Lily's departure were filled with excitement and anticipation. They helped her gather all the necessary supplies for art school, from paints and canvases to sketchbooks and brushes. They also took the time to explore Chicago together, visiting the campus and familiarizing themselves with the city. On the day of Lily's move, Mark and Laura accompanied her to Chicago. As they stood outside her new dormitory, they felt a mix of pride and nostalgia. It was a significant milestone, not just for Lily, but for the entire family. Lily hugged her parents tightly, her eyes filled with determination. "Thank you for believing in me and supporting my dreams. I promise I'll make you proud." Mark kissed her forehead. "We already are, Lily. Remember, this is just the beginning. Keep pursuing your passion and never stop believing in yourself." Laura nodded, tears of pride in her eyes. "We'll always be here for you, no matter where life takes you. We love you, sweetheart." As they drove back home, Mark and Laura felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They had nurtured and guided Lily, and now she was ready to spread her wings and soar. Back in Austin, Mark and Laura adjusted to the new rhythm of life without Lily at home. They missed her presence, but they also embraced the opportunity to focus on their own dreams and aspirations. Mark continued to excel in his role as regional manager, but he also found time to pursue his passion for writing. He had always enjoyed crafting stories and decided to start working on a novel. It was a creative outlet that brought him immense satisfaction and allowed him to explore new ideas and themes. Laura, on the other hand, decided to expand her veterinary clinic further. She introduced new services and organized community events to promote animal welfare. Her clinic became a hub for pet lovers, and she took great pride in the positive impact it had on the community. As they navigated their respective endeavors, Mark and Laura never lost sight of the importance of their relationship. They continued to support each other, sharing their dreams, fears, and triumphs. Their love remained the cornerstone of their lives, providing a foundation of stability and joy. Lily's time at art school was a transformative experience. She thrived in the creative environment, surrounded by like-minded individuals who shared her passion. She experimented with different styles and mediums, constantly pushing the boundaries of her artistic expression. During her first year, Lily participated in several exhibitions and even won an award for one of her pieces. The recognition boosted her confidence and reaffirmed her belief in her chosen path. One evening, as Mark and Laura were enjoying a quiet dinner, the phone rang. It was Lily, her voice filled with excitement. "Mom, Dad, I have some amazing news. One of my paintings has been selected for a major exhibition in New York City." Mark and Laura exchanged delighted glances. "That's incredible, Lily. We're so proud of you," Mark said, his heart swelling with pride. Laura added, "We knew you were destined for great things. This is just the beginning of your artistic journey." Lily's success in New York was a testament to her talent and dedication. Mark and Laura decided to attend the exhibition, eager to support their daughter and celebrate her achievements. The trip to New York was a memorable experience. They visited iconic landmarks, explored art galleries, and immersed themselves in the vibrant culture of the city. The highlight, of course, was seeing Lily's painting displayed in a prestigious gallery, surrounded by other remarkable works of art. As they stood in front of Lily's painting, Mark felt a deep sense of pride and fulfillment. He knew that their journey as a family had been filled with challenges, but they had come through stronger and more united than ever. The years that followed were marked by continued growth and achievement for Mark, Laura, and Lily. The bonds they had forged through love, resilience, and mutual support only strengthened over time. Lily's career as an artist flourished. She graduated with honors from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago and quickly gained recognition in the art world. Her works were featured in numerous exhibitions, and she received accolades for her innovative and emotive style. She even opened her own studio, where she taught art classes and mentored aspiring artists. Mark's writing journey also took off. His novel, inspired by the trials and triumphs of his own life, was published to critical acclaim. It became a bestseller, and Mark found himself invited to literary festivals and book signings. Writing had become a new chapter in his life, one that brought him immense joy and fulfillment. Laura's veterinary clinic continued to thrive. She expanded her practice to include a second location and introduced a range of wellness programs for pets. Her dedication to animal care and her compassionate approach earned her the respect and admiration of her community. As they pursued their individual passions, Mark, Laura, and Lily remained deeply connected. They made it a point to spend time together, despite their busy schedules. Family vacations, weekend getaways, and regular video calls kept their bond strong. One summer, they decided to take a family trip to Europe. It was an adventure they had always dreamed of, and they were excited to explore new cultures and create lasting memories together. They visited art museums in Paris, explored historic sites in Rome, and enjoyed the scenic beauty of the Swiss Alps. During their travels, they reflected on their journey and the incredible growth they had experienced as a family. They had faced challenges and heartbreak, but they had emerged stronger, united by love and resilience. One evening, as they sat on a terrace overlooking the Mediterranean Sea, Mark raised a toast. To our family, and to the incredible journey we've shared. Here's to love, resilience, and the promise of the future. Laura and Lily clinked their glasses with his, their hearts filled with gratitude and hope. To family, they echoed, their smiles reflecting the deep bond they shared. As the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the sea, Mark felt a profound sense of fulfillment. They had built a beautiful life together, one filled with love, laughter, and endless possibilities. The future was bright, and he knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, with love and resilience guiding their way. Emily wiped her tears and took a deep breath. I don't know, Mark. I felt lonely and disconnected. Our lives became so routine, and I felt like we were drifting apart. Adam was there, and he listened to me. It was a mistake, and I'm so sorry. Mark's heart ached, but he knew he needed to stay strong. Emily, what you did was a betrayal of our trust and our family. I can't just forgive and forget. I'm filing for divorce, and I want full custody of Lily. Emily's eyes widened with shock. Mark, please. We can work through this. I made a terrible mistake, but I love you and Lily. Please don't take her away from me. Mark shook his head. Emily, I can't trust you anymore. I need to protect Lily and provide her with a stable environment. This is the best decision for all of us. Emily sobbed, her shoulders shaking. Mark, I'm so sorry. Please, let's try to work things out. I promise I'll do whatever it takes to make things right. Mark felt a pang of sympathy but remained resolute. Emily, I'm sorry, but this is the only way forward. I've already spoken to a lawyer, and we need to start the process. You can stay in the house for now, but we'll need to figure out the logistics. Emily nodded, tears streaming down her face. I understand, Mark. I'll cooperate. The days following the confrontation were tense and emotionally charged. Mark and Emily tried to maintain a sense of normalcy for Lily's sake, but the atmosphere in the house was heavy with unspoken words and unresolved feelings. Mark continued to work with Sarah to finalize the divorce proceedings and secure custody of Lily. He also sought the help of a therapist to navigate the emotional turmoil he was experiencing. He knew he needed to be strong for Lily, but he also needed to take care of himself. Emily moved into the guest room and spent most of her time at work or out of the house. She tried to engage with Lily as much as possible, but the strain on her relationship with Mark was evident. Lily, sensing the tension between her parents, became more withdrawn and quiet. Mark decided to take some time off work to focus on Lily and help her through this difficult period. He enrolled her in a therapy program to provide her with the support she needed and spent quality time with her, reassuring her that everything would be okay. One afternoon, Mark and Lily were sitting in the backyard, playing with their dog, Max. The sun was shining, and the sound of birds chirping filled the air. Mark cherished these moments with his daughter, finding solace in their bond. Daddy, are you and Mommy going to be okay? Lily asked, her big blue eyes filled with worry. Mark took a deep breath and hugged Lily tightly. Sweetheart, things are going to be different, but we will always be here for you. Mommy and I love you very much, and we're doing our best to make sure you're happy and safe. Lily nodded, her expression thoughtful. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, Lily, Mark said, kissing her forehead. We'll get through this together. As the weeks passed, Mark and Emily began to communicate more openly about their situation. They attended mediation sessions to discuss custody arrangements and financial matters. While the process was painful, they both knew it was necessary for their family's future. Emily expressed genuine remorse for her actions and worked with a therapist to understand the underlying issues that led to her affair. She also took steps to distance herself from Adam, who was terminated from his position at the company following an internal investigation. Mark appreciated Emily's efforts to make amends, but he remained firm in his decision to proceed with the divorce. He knew that rebuilding trust would take time, and he needed to prioritize his own well-being and that of Lily. During one of their mediation sessions, the mediator suggested that Mark and Emily create a detailed parenting plan to ensure a smooth transition for Lily. They agreed on a schedule that allowed both of them to spend quality time with her while maintaining a stable routine. Mark took primary custody, with Emily having visitation rights every other weekend and one evening per week. They also agreed to alternate holidays and special occasions to ensure that Lily had the opportunity to spend time with both of her parents. The legal process was long and arduous. There were numerous court hearings, depositions, and meetings with lawyers. Mark found it emotionally draining, but he was determined to see it through for the sake of his daughter. One day, after a particularly grueling court session, Mark returned home feeling exhausted. He sat down with Lily and explained as gently as he could what was happening. "Lily, I know things have been confusing and hard lately," Mark said, holding her hand. "Mommy and I are going to be living in different houses, but that doesn't change how much we both love you. You'll have 2 homes now, and we'll make sure you feel happy and safe in both." Lily nodded slowly, processing the information. "Will I still see you and Mommy?" "Of course, sweetheart," Mark assured her. "You'll spend time with both of us, and we'll always be here for you. Nothing will ever change that." As the months went by, Mark and Emily's relationship evolved into a more cooperative and respectful dynamic. They attended co-parenting classes and therapy sessions together, learning how to communicate effectively and put their differences aside for Lily's sake. Mark also focused on his own healing. He continued to see his therapist, who helped him navigate his feelings of betrayal and anger. He also reconnected with old friends and took up new hobbies to fill his time and distract his mind. One evening, Mark received a call from his boss. "Mark, I've noticed how much effort you've been putting into your work, despite everything you're going through. I want to offer you a promotion. You've earned it." Mark was taken aback but grateful for the recognition. "Thank you, I appreciate the opportunity." The promotion came with more responsibilities, but it also offered Mark the chance to focus on something positive and challenging. It gave him a renewed sense of purpose and a distraction from the pain of the divorce. Emily also made strides in her personal and professional life. She continued to see her therapist, working through the issues that had led to her affair. She threw herself into her job, earning a promotion of her own and gaining the respect of her colleagues. Despite the progress they were making individually, the divorce was still a painful and difficult process. Mark and Emily had to navigate the division of their assets, the sale of their family home, and the logistics of their new living arrangements. Mark decided to sell their house and move to a smaller home in a nearby neighborhood. He wanted a fresh start, free from the painful memories that lingered in their old home. The new house was cozy and welcoming, with a beautiful backyard where Lily could play. Emily found an apartment nearby and continued to work on rebuilding her life. She remained committed to being a loving and supportive mother to Lily, despite the challenges she faced. As the final details of the divorce were settled, Mark felt a mix of relief and sadness. He knew that this was the right decision for all of them, but it was still difficult to let go of the life they had built together. One day, as Mark was unpacking boxes in his new home, he found an old photo album filled with pictures of happier times. He flipped through the pages, feeling a pang of nostalgia. But as he looked at the photos, he also felt a sense of hope for the future. He knew that this new chapter in his life would bring its own challenges, but he was ready to face them head-on. He had his daughter, his friends, and a renewed sense of purpose. And with that, he knew that anything was possible. The year that followed Mark's confrontation with Emily was a period of significant transformation for both him and Lily. The new house, although smaller, had a warmth that the old one had lacked. It became their sanctuary, a place where they could rebuild their lives. Mark found solace in routine. Every morning, he and Lily would walk Max together before school, chatting about everything from her favorite subjects to the new friends she was making. These moments were precious to Mark, and they helped cement the strong bond between father and daughter. Work was also a source of stability for Mark. His focus and dedication didn't go unnoticed, and he soon found himself in line for a promotion. His colleagues respected his resilience, and his boss appreciated his renewed energy and commitment. One day, during a casual conversation with his friend and mentor, Sarah, she suggested he consider a more significant role within the company. "You've got the skills and the drive, Mark. Why not aim higher? I think you'd be a great fit for the regional manager position. Mark was taken aback but intrigued by the idea. You really think so? Absolutely. You've proven yourself time and again. Plus, it would mean more stability for you and Lily. After much thought and encouragement from Sarah, Mark decided to apply for the position. The application process was rigorous, but Mark was determined. He prepared diligently, drawing on his extensive experience and the lessons he had learned over the past year. Meanwhile, Emily was also undergoing a transformation. She had thrown herself into therapy, determined to understand the reasons behind her actions and to become a better person for Lily. She started attending support groups and worked on rebuilding her self-esteem and confidence. One evening, Emily called Mark. I know things have been hard between us, but I wanted to let you know that I'm proud of the steps you're taking. And I hope, in time, we can build a better relationship for Lily's sake. Mark appreciated Emily's honesty. Thank you, Emily. I think we're both doing our best. And yes, I hope we can find a way to move forward positively. A few months later, Mark received the news he had been hoping for. He got the promotion. The role of regional manager came with more responsibilities, but also more flexibility, which meant he could spend more time with Lily. To celebrate, Mark decided to take Lily on a weekend trip to a nearby beach town. They rented a cozy cottage and spent their days playing in the sand, swimming, and exploring the local attractions. It was a perfect getaway, and Mark cherished every moment. On the last night of their trip, they sat by a bonfire, roasting marshmallows and gazing at the stars. Lily looked up at her father, her eyes shining with happiness. Daddy, I'm so glad we came here. I love spending time with you. I love spending time with you too, Lily. You're my world, Mark replied, hugging her close. Back home, life settled into a new normal. Mark excelled in his new role, and Lily thrived at school. They continued their morning walks with Max and made a tradition of having Friday movie nights, complete with popcorn and cozy blankets. Emily, true to her word, remained committed to her growth. She and Mark developed a respectful co-parenting relationship, communicating openly and honestly. They attended Lily's school events together and worked as a team to support her. One day, Mark received a call from his friend Tom. Hey, Mark, there's someone I'd like you to meet. She's a friend of mine, and I think you two would get along great. Mark was hesitant at first. He hadn't dated since the divorce and was focused on Lily and his career. But after some encouragement from Tom, he agreed to meet her. The woman, named Laura, was a kind and intelligent woman with a warm smile and a love for animals. She and Mark hit it off immediately, bonding over their shared interests and similar life experiences. As Mark and Laura's relationship grew, he introduced her to Lily. To his relief, Lily took to Laura right away, and they quickly developed a close bond. Laura's presence brought a new sense of joy and stability to their lives. Mark and Laura's relationship continued to blossom, and soon, they began discussing the possibility of moving in together. They decided to take things slowly, ensuring that Lily was comfortable with every step. Emily, seeing the positive impact Laura had on Lily and Mark, supported their decision. She appreciated Laura's kindness and her genuine care for Lily. Mark, Laura, and Lily spent more time together, going on family outings and creating new traditions. They decorated the house for holidays, cooked meals together, and enjoyed quiet evenings by the fireplace. Their home was filled with laughter and love. One evening, as they were all sitting together after dinner, Laura looked at Mark and Lily with a smile. I have something I want to ask you both. Mark and Lily exchanged curious glances. What is it? Mark asked. Laura took a deep breath. I love you both very much, and I want to be a part of your lives in every way. Mark, will you marry me? Mark was stunned, but a wide smile spread across his face. Yes, Laura, I would love that. Lily, beaming with excitement, jumped up and hugged Laura. Does this mean you'll be my new mommy? Laura hugged her tightly. If that's okay with you, Lily, I'd love to be. The wedding was a small, intimate affair, held in their backyard. Close friends and family gathered to celebrate their union. Emily attended, offering her support and best wishes. It was a day filled with joy, laughter, and hope for the future. As the years went by, Mark, Laura, and Lily built a life filled with love and happiness. They faced challenges, as all families do, but they faced them together, drawing strength from their bond. Mark continued to excel in his career, and Laura opened her own veterinary clinic, fulfilling a lifelong dream. Lily grew into a bright, compassionate young woman, excelling in school and developing a love for animals, inspired by Laura. Emily remained an active and loving presence in Lily's life. She had also found happiness, entering a new relationship with a kind and understanding partner. She and Mark maintained a respectful co-parenting relationship, ensuring that Lily always felt loved and supported. One day, as the family was gathered for a holiday celebration, Mark took a moment to reflect on the journey they had taken. He realized that despite the pain and betrayal he had experienced, he had emerged stronger and more resilient. He looked around the room, filled with the people he loved most, and felt a deep sense of gratitude. He had learned the power of love, forgiveness, and the importance of family. He knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. As the evening drew to a close, Mark stood up and raised his glass. To family, he said, his voice filled with emotion. To love, forgiveness, and the strength we find in each other. I'm grateful for every moment we've shared and for the future we'll build together. To family, everyone echoed, their glasses clinking in a toast. And so, Mark, Laura, Lily, and Emily continued their journey, bound by love, resilience, and the unbreakable ties of family. With the years that followed, life continued to evolve for Mark, Laura, and Lily. The challenges they faced together only strengthened their bond, and their home became a place of warmth and love. Mark's career flourished as he continued to excel in his role as a regional manager. His dedication and leadership skills earned him the respect of his colleagues and superiors, and he found fulfillment in his work. The stability and financial security provided by his job allowed him to focus on what mattered most, his family. Laura's veterinary clinic became a beloved establishment in the community. Her compassionate care for animals and her genuine concern for their owners earned her a loyal clientele. She found joy in her work, knowing that she was making a positive impact on the lives of both pets and their families. Lily thrived in her school environment, excelling academically and participating in various extracurricular activities. She developed a love for animals, inspired by Laura's passion, and often volunteered at the clinic after school. Her resilience and maturity were evident as she navigated the changes in her family life with grace and strength. Emily's journey of self-discovery and personal growth continued. She maintained her commitment to therapy and support groups, working through the issues that had led to her affair. She found happiness in her new relationship and focused on being the best mother she could be for Lily. One summer, Mark and Laura decided to take a family vacation to a cabin in the mountains. It was a chance to unplug from their busy lives and reconnect with nature. They spent their days hiking, fishing, and exploring the beautiful surroundings. One evening, as they sat around a campfire, roasting marshmallows and telling stories, Lily looked up at the star-filled sky. "Daddy, Laura, I love our adventures together. I'm so glad we're a family." Mark felt a surge of pride and happiness. "We love our adventures with you too, Lily. And we're so proud of the person you're becoming." Laura smiled, her eyes reflecting the warmth of the fire. "You bring so much joy into our lives, Lily. We're grateful for every moment we get to share with you." As the fire crackled and the stars twinkled above, Mark realized how far they had come. They had faced heartbreak and betrayal, but they had emerged stronger, united by love and resilience. The vacation was a time of reflection and renewal for the family. They returned home with a deeper appreciation for each other and a renewed commitment to their journey together. As the years went by, the family continued to grow and evolve. Mark and Laura's love for each other deepened, and they supported each other through the ups and downs of life. Lily blossomed into a confident and compassionate young woman, ready to take on the world. One day, as Mark and Laura sat on their porch, watching the sunset, Mark took Laura's hand in his. "I couldn't have asked for a better partner in this journey. You've brought so much love and happiness into my life." Laura squeezed his hand, her eyes filled with love. "And you've done the same for me, Mark." I'm grateful for every moment we've shared and for the beautiful family we've built together. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over their home, Mark knew that their journey was far from over. There would be new challenges to face and new adventures to embark on, but they would face them together, as a family. And with that, they continued to build their future, one filled with love, resilience, and the unbreakable ties that bound them together. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey from betrayal to resilience. The journey of a family through the trials of a cheating wife. We've seen Mark Henderson rise from the ashes of betrayal to build a new, stronger life for himself and his daughter Lily. His path was fraught with pain and challenges, but through it all, he found love again and created a united family. This story is a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of family, and the possibility of new beginnings. If you found this story inspiring, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more heartfelt tales. Until next time, remember that even in the darkest times, there is always hope for a brighter future.